My name is Jeff Hostetler. I'm a Director of Sales and Marketing for Teleoptics here in Kingsport, and want to welcome you to the February edition of Fourth Friday. This month's sponsor is Mountain States Medical Group Cardiology. So if I would please have all the representatives of Mountain States Medical Group Cardiology, would you please stand so you can be recognized? Don't be shy. We certainly look forward to hearing their presentation in a few minutes. One thing I wanted to bring forward, just heard a minute ago, Shay Payne. Shay, where are you? He came up and said that where the commercials were running, he heard the lady say, do I see smoke? And you know, of course, Shay's a fireman here in Kingsport, and the first thing he started to do is grab his phone to start to call the fire department. So Shay, it's good that you're on top of your job, buddy. Appreciate that. So I would like to welcome Miss Becky Fry and Mayor Dennis Phillips to the stage this morning. Miss Fry is a fourth grade teacher at St. Dominic's School, and she will provide us with our invocation.
Good morning. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for blessing our community. Please help guide us in our decisions as leaders. Be with us as we continue to work together to fulfill your purpose as a community. Help us to have compassion. Help us to be alive in you. Be with us as we make decisions that affect others. Thank you for this day and the opportunity we have to meet as leaders and friends. Amen.
The only assignment they gave me was to introduce Jeff McCord to do the pledge, but as you may know, I'm taking it on myself to do some other things while I have the microphone. First, I would like to say thanks to Congressman Phil Rowe for being here. Phil. He's over right there. And, Congressman Rowe and his staff are always present at Kingsport events, and we appreciate that. Another special person that we have here today is a guy named Ray Carpenter. Ray, if you'll stand up, Ray works for Vulcan Materials, and Ray is retiring next Wednesday, and we're sorely going to miss him. And his retirement party will be at Vulcan next Wednesday at noon, and you're all invited for free food. Oh, no, to bring your own food, right? Vulcan Materials does an outstanding job in this community, and they're always present at these events. And thank y'all, the entire crew, for being here. The next person I would like to acknowledge is John Clark. John is the newest member of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, and I think that we were so extremely fortunate that a person with John's background and expertise was willing to serve on the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. If you have an opportunity before you leave, say hi to John. And I think it says a lot when the entire board votes unanimous on the first ballot to ask someone to join the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. I want to say thanks to the Vice Mayor who is here and all the other aldermen, Mike McIntyre, for y'all doing this. And we know there were other good candidates, but we think we selected an outstanding candidate to serve on the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. And the last person, Jeff, if you would come up and do the pledge. Jeff McCord has been a friend of mine for many, many years. And as you all know, most of you, I'm sure, Jeff worked at Eastman and was asked by Dr. Gillum to come over to the Northeast State and be vice president of the Kingsport operation. And I think this speaks I know this speaks very highly of Northeast State when they can get a person like Jeff McCord in this position, because What we've done in higher education is build buildings. That's the easy part. Now we need good, capable people to recruit schools and get more and more students downtown. And I don't think that if we had looked this world over, that there could have been a better person selected for this job than Jeff McCord. And if there's anything that you need from economic development, we were out visiting with a company the other day, and they said they had no idea what training was available to them. If you need training in your company through anything, RCAT, RCAM, any of the facilities downtown or at Northeast State, please call Jeff, and we need to make this even a bigger success than it is today. And again, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome my friend Jeff McCord. Jeff.
Let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, Mayor Phillips, and thank you, Jeff. Now we're moving on to the program sponsors. I want to welcome to the podium here Dr. Doug Edema. I know I was just doing it as a joke because somebody else had actually got on me back there in the back about that. Edema, excuse me. Actually, with Mountain States Medical Group. And before he talks, I want to say something that Mrs. Fry had done in her invocation. She had mentioned that be with us is decisions that affect others. I have a little testimonial regarding what Mountain States Health Alliance and Medical Group has meant for my own personal family. My father himself actually has had wonderful care as a heart patient. He actually carries 8 stents within his heart. Yeah, that's right, 8. Because of a series of things that would take much longer than we actually have today to explain, but nonetheless, great care. These guys do a wonderful job, and I want to thank them, first of all, for sponsoring us this today, but to also thank you for taking care of my family. So, please.
Good morning, Kingsport. And I want to thank Jeff for the introduction and also the testimonial. And we had our advertisements, our promotional things looping up on the screen there. And I said to him, he asked if he could say that. And I said, well, yeah. First of all, he's the MC, so he can say anything he wants. But those kinds of personal testimonies mean way more than, and no offense to Ed Herbert and our staff, but those things really make it real. My name is Doug Edema. Jeff and I joked about ruining my good Dutch name at the beginning of all of this, but I've been here a little over a year, and I'm really excited about being part of Mountain States Health Alliance and privileged to be the president of Mountain States Medical Group. And I'm also excited and feel lucky to be part of the Tri-Cities area, living here and working here. This is just a fantastic place to live and work is what I found. And a lot of that is a result of the work that you all do every day and really don't even think about it when you're doing it. But you've created a great environment here. And as Mountain States and Doug Edema, we're proud to be part of it and proud to do what we can to serve the people of this area. Mountain States Medical Group is, as I mentioned, a wholly owned physician network within Mountain States Health Alliance. We have about 250 physicians and providers spread through 29 counties in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We also have about another 100 or so emergency room physician and providers that are in our employed network as well, kind of in a separate structure. So I can't claim them as president of Mountain States Medical Group, but they are part of our network. So we have a broad reach and a wide scope of services. And as I said, we're very proud of the work we do, and I personally am very proud to be in the leadership team of this very talented and very skilled group of individuals. One of whom I want to introduce at this point, who will present to you some work that we're doing within our cardiovascular area, and he will introduce another one of our cardiologists, Melody Davidson. But I want to introduce Dr. Robert McQueen, and I'm actually going to read this so I get it right. As a family doc, some of these words are, a little big for me too. So, Dr. McQueen, Robert McQueen, received his medical degree from East Carolina University School of Medicine in Greenville, North Carolina. And I won't say when. If he wants to, he can. But he performed his residency in internal medicine at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. He completed his fellowship at the Medical College of Virginia. Dr. McQueen is board certified in cardiovascular disease and internal medicine. In addition, he's a fellow of the American College of Cardiology and Society of Cardiangiography and Interventions. He has been involved with medical research and has contributed to several medical publications. He practices as an interventional cardiologist at Mountain States Medical Group Cardiology here in Kingsport and at Indian Path Medical Center. So please join me in welcoming Dr. McQueen to the microphone.
Thank you and good morning. If that picture doesn't wake you up, you need another cup of coffee there. But I appreciate the opportunity to let Mountain States come back and host another event. I had the opportunity to speak in here a couple of years ago, and at the time, those of you that were here may remember the big heart coach that was parked down in the large conference center downstairs. Today we bring you the Mega Heart. So if you haven't had a chance to walk through it, please do. You can go through and look at the valves, you can look at the coronary stents, that kind of thing. So please walk through there on the way out. I'll tell you, in the last 2 years, a lot of exciting changes with Mountain States. I think we brought you 2 years ago a change in our name, so we're now called Mountain States Medical Group Cardiology, and all the subspecialties kind of fall under that heading. We've acquired multiple primary care practices and physicians, as Doug was telling you now, well over 200 primary care providers and subspecialists. We have acquired new hospitals, new offices. We have updated many hospitals, built many new hospitals, several of which we'll show you today. Very proud of what we've done in Abington, getting ready to open a new hospital in Smith County. A lot of upgrades to facilities here in Kingsport, so very happy to bring some of that to you. But I guess the thing I'm most proud of today is to stand before you as a commitment from Mountain States to bring cardiovascular care here to Kingsport. So Mountain States has made a big commitment to do that. I'm a representative of that, and I hope we can share some of that with you today. If I go too fast, if you can't hear me, please stop. I'm not going to take a whole lot of time. Melanie has a lot more important things to say than I do. But as I said, we are Mountain States Medical Group Cardiology. That's a relatively new name change for us. Just a little bit of a background, as Doug said, I'm originally from North Carolina. I came here about 3 years ago. Mountain States had a vision, Cindy Sawyer and Dennis Vondervac, that we really wanted to do something more in Kingsport with cardiovascular disease. So about 8 to 10 years ago, they hired a cardiologist named Frank Lauro, who many of you may have seen or know. Frank is now in administration and should be sitting at the table here, but is hosting another event. But Frank started cardiology here in Kingsport. Shortly thereafter, recruited Melanie Davidson to come and join Frank. There, several years later, Greg Miller, kind of a native son, joined the cardiovascular division here at Mountain States. And about 3 years ago, I came, kind of as a direct connection with Greg. He and I trained together in Richmond, and kind of started the cardiology program. So you'll see on the slide here a listing of our current cardiologists. Frank is not included in that now because he's now in administration, though he still does some physician duties. I don't know how well it projects, but that's Greg Miller here. Melanie you'll meet in a minute. That's me, as you know. We have 4 cardiologists in our Johnson City office, Todd Breeding, Dan Merrick, Jack Whitaker, and I'm missing one here. Oh, Mike Ponder, who's down here, I'm sorry. And then we have Ed Fernandez, who's up in our Russell County kind of area as well. We also have a team of cardiothoracic surgeons that are based in our Johnson City office. We have Drew Perret, we have Tony Palazzo, and Jason Budd. Very distinguished, excellent surgeons. Have no reservation with them operating on me or any of my patients, I can tell you. Outstanding job, and I'll show you some of that data in just a minute. As Doug told you, we are now kind of branching out into not only eastern Tennessee, but a lot of southwest Virginia. And what has that allowed those patients is to have a lot of their medical care done in their primary community. But if a service is not offered in that hospital, kind of in a hub and spoke model, that those patients could be transferred to someone like Kingsport, to Indian Path, have a procedure done, and then return back to their home where a cardiologist would see them in their home setting. So we're now drawing from Southwest Virginia. Greg is now doing a lot of work in our Abington office. A lot of that business is coming to Kingsport, and we're returning those patients back to their home communities. It doesn't project very well for me. I don't know if you can see it. We have a list of our hospitals here. You can read them on the screen. Many of those have been recently redone, revamped, or even reopened. So Johnston Memorial down in Abington, you'll see in our Virginia hospitals. Smith County, I think, is getting ready to open sometime in the next month or two. So we're looking forward to that. But about 8 hospitals that we provide service through the East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia corridor. Full line of services. Again, I won't go through all those, you can read them, but we do everything from inpatient, outpatient stress testing, ultrasound, in the cath lab, which is where I spend the majority of my day, diagnostic caths. We do angioplasties, pacemakers, stents, defibrillators, peripheral work. We have 6 labs in our Johnson City facility. We have a brand new lab in JMH, and we just spent over $1 million revamping the lab here at Indian Path. Very nice facility, state-of-the-art equipment. Here's a quick picture of our Johnson City cath lab. Again, there's 6 labs there. Brand new lab at JMH, and if my picture didn't scare you, that one certainly will. That's Greg Miller. And then our brand new lab here at Indian Path. Well, U.S. News and World Report did a recent unbiased survey looking at overall heart care, ranked some of the top heart hospitals throughout the country. Mountain States, some of our competitors in the region, were also grouped in that, and we'll go over that briefly. I know this does not project very well, so we've blown some of these slides up. I don't know if you can see that or not. It may get bigger. So one of the indexes they looked at was overall survival. I don't know if you can back it up, but this is Mountain States in this column. This is facilities in, I believe this is Holston Valley, this is Bristol. So here are the survival numbers. Again, Mountain State's better than expected outcomes in survival. Again, this does not project very well, but if you look at overall patient volumes, here's our patient volume going through the, this is again now for Cabbage. Highest patient volume of any of the centers in the area, and I'll show you those numbers as well. And the last one is Nurse Magnet Program. So we do a very good job retaining our nurses, lowest turnover rate in the area, in that region as well. So the overall scores you can see here in yellow was Mountain State. So of all of our local competitors, we did better in this independent report. Here's our overall Cabbage numbers, a little over 300 cases this year, which is again one of the highest in the region. Well, how did we do with that? Here's our Cabbage mortality. Again, I apologize if it doesn't project very well. The blue is Johnson City Medical Center. The red should be the national average. You can see our Cabbage mortality numbers are very low. How did we do in the interventional world at Indian Path? Here's our data for the last 2 quarters. These are AMI measures looking to see, did we meet the beta blockers as patients went home? Did we get ACE inhibitors? Did they get the statins? Did they get the medications that they should have gotten when they left the hospital? And as you can see, our numbers are 100%. Well, how about our clinical events? You know, how did the patients fare down the long run? What was our MI rates? What were our complication rates? The red are the national averages for in-hospital events, and I'd love to be able to highlight the blue, but you'll see there is none. We've had 0 complications. We've been very fortunate with that. We're very proud of these numbers. We hold our head high when we show you this.
satisfied, and he knew exactly what to do. Now, I can tell you that I'm very much alive because of the heart care I received from Mountain States Medical Group.
Do you have a Mountain States Medical Group cardiologist? Find yours at mynsmg.net/heart.
That's actually a commercial that's playing now. We're proud as Okie Frazier is a patient I saw in the office just this past week. It was a real grateful patient who actually wanted to make the commercial, who literally got shocked about 15 times in the ER and went to the cath lab and had a good result. So I wish we had invited Okie. Maybe next time he can come be with us. But just kind of to summarize, I'd like to say that I'm very proud of what we have done building the cardiology program. And when I say we, I mean Greg Miller, I mean Melanie Davis, I mean Frank Lauro. It certainly has been a team effort. We've come a long way. I'm very proud of the numbers. We hold our head high when we show you those numbers. I'm very proud of the outcomes that we've had. The patient satisfaction surveys look good. But I think most importantly, I'm proud of Mountain States, and I'm proud that they have committed to provide excellent cardiovascular care to Kingsport. They've made a real commitment to the physicians and entrusted us with building that program. And it makes me proud that they have offered quality patient-centered care here in Kingsport and given patients an option here. Let me switch gears a little bit and introduce to you Melanie Davidson. Melanie's been with Mountain States much longer than I have. Melanie's originally a California native, did the majority of her training at Loma Linda in California, and then did her residency in internal medicine at Cedars-Sinai. Melanie is board certified in cardiology, internal medicine. She does a phenomenal job of practicing medicine. She's a member of the American College of Cardiology, American Medical Association, and an invaluable member of Mountain States Cardiology. So let me introduce Melanie Davidson.
Thank you, Robert. Well, we're going to switch gears a little bit here and play a little game, just a few questions, and we do have some prizes we'll give out. So I thought I'd ask you guys a few questions about heart trivia. On the tables, we do have a little giveaway, which includes some dark chocolate. And I just want to let you guys know about some of the benefits of the dark chocolate, which include benefits to the cardiovascular health and diabetes. We think that it may lower blood pressure and help with your cholesterol. And then also, my fitness trainer gave me a few little squares of dark chocolate and said if I ate them 3 times a day, I think she said it might help me lose weight and have better performance as far as fitness. So I said, well, chocolate's got to be helpful. So these are some of the questions I have for you. What should be the goal for your total cholesterol? And this is audience participation, so whoever yells out the answer first, I think. I heard below 160, below 200. The answer is less than 200. That's for your total cholesterol. Congratulations. The next question is, what is the recommended amount of moderate physical activity for a healthy heart? The answer is 30 minutes on most days of the week, if not daily. So that's correct. So the gentleman over there received it. I think there was a study that came out that said for women it should be every day of the week, which 30 minutes a day every day of the week. But a moderate activity is really where you can exercise and still carry on a conversation, but not easily. So it's kind of just a measure if you don't really know what moderate exercise is, if you're walking or walking quickly or even trying to jog and you have a partner there that you're exercising with, if you can still talk to them and be kind of winded but not totally out of breath, and that's moderate activity. Question number 3, what should be the goal for your HDL or good cholesterol?
Above 40?
I heard someone say it. It's above 50. 50 or higher. It's actually different. There's the gentleman in the back got it, I think, over there. It actually is different, a little bit different for men and women, but it's above 50 for women and above 40 for men, but I think overall above 50. And I always think of for HDL, H for higher, so the higher the better, because it's your good cholesterol, and it can actually act as it can protect your heart and count as a negative risk factor the higher it is. So the higher the better. And the bad cholesterol is LDL, so I always think of L for lower, and you really want that as low as possible. Question number 4, what is the percentage of deaths that are caused by cardiovascular disease each year? Before anyone answers, cardiovascular disease is more encompassing, so it's not just heart attacks, but strokes and anything that does involve arteries as well. So you might want to consider that when yelling out your answer. Yes, over there. Someone said above 50%. I heard 20%. Haven't really heard the answer yet, though. 35%. It's kind of hard when you go with percentages, but the answer is 40%. So I think over there. Did someone say it out here? Oh, okay, 40%. There was also another statistic with men who die of heart attacks. So it's already a population who has passed away from heart attacks. About 50% of them die suddenly with no prior symptoms. So of people who've died. So that's a pretty high number as well. And question number 5, what should be your daily food allowance for saturated fats?
Probably a lot less than
Any guesses? I heard a 5. Okay. So that answer is less than 10%. I think it was over at that table. And what about for trans fats? 0, that's exactly right. Trans fat should be 0% of your caloric intake. And then this last slide, I think I'll have to, it's kind of small from over here, but it's the do you know your numbers slide. And that goes over your blood pressure and cholesterol, blood sugar, or your glucose. Blood pressure, it should be less than 120 over 7, or about 120 over 70, less than 120 on top, and less than 80 on bottom. And your total cholesterol we talked about, less than 200. The LDL, which the bad or the good cholesterol. The bad cholesterol, L for low, that varies on your risk factors. So if you've ever had a heart attack or a stent, it should be less than 70. Diabetes, less than 100. And for the general population, probably less than 130. And then triglycerides, which are the free fatty acids in your blood. And that's really what's high if you're not fasting and you have your cholesterol. It's those free fatty acids or the triglycerides that are more elevated. That should be less than 150. And your fasting blood sugar less than, I think it says 100. The diabetes, if it's like greater than 126 fasting, that's considered diabetic range. So really it should be less than 110 or 100. I think that's it as far as the numbers. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for that presentation. That was wonderful. The next thing we're going to move to are new member introductions. In order to keep up with time, if you guys could either check into your programs or also on the screen, and they're also indicated by the white balloons. If anyone is actually listed on the screen as representative of these companies, would you please stand so we can say welcome and congratulations? Even if you're not on the screen and you're a new member. There's over 20, I believe 22 there, and there might be a couple that did not make the screen, but as you can see that the chamber is very, very active in recruitment, so it's a wonderful thing to see. Getting ready to move actually right now into our speed networking, and for those of you that are been to one of our Fourth Fridays, you know what that's about. I always like to say that it's this side of the room meeting this side of the room. More importantly, too, I want you to make sure that everybody has a chance to actually say hi to our new members and welcome them to the clan, so to speak. One thing I do want to mention that I had heard we have a social media manager at Teleoptics, and she had made a post. We have a Motivational Monday and a Thoughtful Thursday that we do on our Facebook page. But she had put a quote out there that I think actually attributes to what we've heard today. It was from Henry Louis Bergson, and it states, "Think like a man of action and act like a man of thought." And that was something that kind of really kind of fit this. It's kind of amazing that that was actually posted. She had done that, and I had not seen it before, but that's true. You know, think like a man of action, act like a man of thought. So with that being said, Vanessa, ready to start it? Okay, guys, 5 minutes. If you're not familiar with Gone in 60 Seconds, it gives you the opportunity to come up here and introduce your business and talk for 60 seconds, and believe me, we put you to the clock and we will cut you off. And you come up here, you talk for a little bit, and then we give you a gift card to Office Depot for $50. $50. I gotta make sure who's got it here. You got it? She'll get it to you. We're gonna get that in writing. Okay, so here's the basket. So you have to get up. Sorry. We're gonna make it. I know, that's what I did on purpose. Lisa, I apologize for this, but I'm just gonna say Lisa Tyler, Boys and Girls Club. I apologize. What is it with everybody that's got hard last names? Well, Hostetler isn't either, but you know how many times. Okay, you go right ahead.
So what do I do?
You're on the clock. 60 seconds. Talk about the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay, good morning. The Boys and Girls Club is a youth-serving organization. We serve young people from 6 to 18. We have after-school programs. Of course, when school's out, we're open during the day. God, I feel really rushed.
That's okay. Now we have doctors here, so don't, you know.
Oh, my heart's fine. Okay. We have 5 core program areas. We have the arts, which is arts and crafts, everyday types arts and crafts, but dance, music, theater. We have character leadership development, which is just really providing young people with a moral compass. Education and career development. We have homework help after school. We're probably the best kept secret in town. I'm not sure you're going to find a better place. I love all the other organizations that serve youth in town, but what we do, no one does better.
Awesome. And by the way, staying to the clock, we just say that just for fun anyway. So thank you. That was for my entertainment. Appreciate that. Before we move any further, we want to recognize a little milestone. Miss Vanessa Bennett. I've been asked that she has now reached the 5-year milestone with the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce. So if you would please congratulate her. I know it wasn't in the script, but some little birdie told me. But I have to say that I've worked with Vanessa probably the majority of those 5 years you've been at the chamber with in different areas, and she is a fantastic addition and a wonderful asset to Kingsport as a whole. So for the Cosby moment, I guess you want me to handle this one? Oh, okay, great. David Lawrence, would you please come forward? He's with the Northeast Tennessee Regional Accelerator, and he's going to share the Cosby moment with us.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Andre, for inviting me here today. I'll be brief, as she instructed me to do, but I want you to know that we're in the startup phases, really, of an entrepreneurial accelerator for the region. This is part of the Governor Haslam's program to develop 9 regional entrepreneurial accelerators across the state. We received a $250,000 grant from the state. We have an equal match from local donors and sponsors. So we have a nice budget to get some programs up and going. We'll probably have some kickoff events in April or early May, which will be boot camp startup weekends to help small business people get up and going. It's focused on training, but there'll also be a mentoring element to that. So we're basically building what we call an entrepreneurial ecosystem across the region. We have academic partners. ETSU is the lead partner. They wrote the proposal and were accepted. But we also have Tusculum, Milligan, Northeast State as academic partners. The Cosby office. Andre is actually on our board, and I really appreciate that very much. And also the Small Business Development Center is training partners. So we're developing training programs, leveraging the resources in the region. We're developing a mentor network. We'll have a mentor program for the entrepreneurs, the startups. We're working on an angel investor network and generally building the infrastructure that you need to take something from an idea all the way to a funded business. So we're really excited about the program. In particular, I could talk all day about it, but I think I'm out of time. So you have my contact information. If you're interested, please stop by the table over here, grab a business card, and let's talk. Thank you.
Thank you, David. At this time, I'd like to welcome Kim, Vanessa, if you guys would come up, and they're going to share some announcements and I'll also give away some door prizes. So, you want me to hold the bucket?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I just want to talk a few minutes. So we are getting ready to do a first-time vacation, and it's going to be called Discover Tuscany, and that's going to be taking place November the 6th. It's going to be for 10 days, 13 meals, and what that means to you as a chamber member, we work with the travel agents. They've done over 100 of these trips nationally in the U.S. with other chambers, and so we have a designated person that's going to go on the trip with us, and sometimes that can be a little bit intimidating, but we will have a person accompanying us with that trip, and it's at a very discounted trip, and it's going to be a very easy trip. We're going to be leaving from the Tri-Cities, and next week on Wednesday, February the 29th at 5 o'clock at the chamber, we're going to basically have a boot camp on Tuscany and a slide presentation with refreshments. So if you're interested in this, again, just call me at the chamber, and we're very, very excited, and we've already got some folks booked. Our goal is to have about 15 to 20 people, and we feel that we're going to reach that. But it's great to be able to offer this at a very, very discounted rate. So thank you.
Thank you, Kim. There's some additional events in your screen, on the screen and in your program. I did want to mention a few. Cosby has several free training classes and workshops coming up. So if you want to know about any of those, please see Miss Andrea or Mary Beth. Also, there's a Dare to Dine fundraiser event for Leadership Kingsport on Friday, March 9th. It's a very fun event. You can find more details in your program. Also, thank you for bringing items this morning for our member chamber zone. Please take these back with you today and bring them back on our next Fourth Friday, which is March 23rd, sponsored by the utility company. This is a great way to promote your business. Now, if I could have our ambassadors come up to help us to give away some door prizes.
Run.
Ambassadors, where are you? There they are.
Got to get that activity up.
We got to have that 30 minutes. Go. Our first one is, by Cartridge World, a $20 gift certificate. I know this well, the Bagel Exchange. Where are you, Keith Cunningham? Next is Absolute Communications ticket, compliments to the Cocktails Paradise Margaritaville by the Kingsport Arts. Goes to Abigail Simmons for the YMCA. Compliments of Andy Straley Vet Hospital, a 3 nights free boarding with webcam suite for your pet. It goes to Connie Salyer with Blue Ridge Properties. Another Cartridge World $20 gift certificate goes to Stella Robinette. Over here. And Andrea, where are you? Our next door prize is compliments of our very own Andrea Wilcox, a published author of Startup Savvy. I think you autographed it too, correct? Goes to Kathy Carver.
Just watch out when she drives.
Thank you all very much for the door prizes. And once again, thank you to our sponsor, Mountain States Medical Group Cardiology. Thank you for sponsoring this morning. Have a good day.